Two brothers, one target. Evan and Johnny Jack may only have a few years in the sport, but they're already making noise in the Ontario archery scene. Johnny's been grabbing the podium spots, while Evan is heating up fast, and the rivalry is starting to show. From the first shaky tournaments to sibling banter on the range, we dig into what it means to compete with your brother while also competing against him. Expect laughs, a few digs, and maybe a confession or two. Will family ties hold strong, or will bragging rights win the day?
Pow.
They put on a good tournament over there at York, so
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
it was sweet. And like we did 40 each day, so it was like 2 long days of shooting. Scored over the 80 targets. Like it was pretty crazy. But I just fell in love with it. Like it was awesome.
yeah.
But
2023, I did provincials at AIM, and holy, if you had to be a mountain goat. But yeah, 40 targets
Yeah.
each day. I thought I was
So
going to
many
die.
targets.
Yeah.
And,
So
and you
like,
got to climb. And you got to climb. Like you got to climb these mountains, or
Yeah.
well, Ontario mountains.
yeah.
Mountains
Well, and then like nationals, like I shot nationals in Fredericton, and there was 40 the first day, and then 20 the second day, and then they had a shoot off or whatever.
Right.
But so it was just 60 targets then, but it's
Alrighty.
pretty. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah, well,
It's a
let's
good
get into
experience.
it. Let's get into her. So, just gonna give a quick intro there. We've got the Jack brothers in the house. Got Evan and Johnny. You both, so it's 3 years of archery, 4 years.
It's be our third year. We started
year?
in 2022, so yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
So basically, I started off like I used to rifle hunt like years and years ago with my grandfather and stuff, and then I wanted to get back into hunting, so I was like gonna go through the whole rifle route again because that's kind of what I knew. But
Mhm.
then the problem was like you only have 1 week to hunt up here for rifle. And then to try to get that week off in November, it's just like kind of, you got to dedicate like basically a full week. And I didn't really want to do that. We found out the archery season was 3 months. So I was like, seems like a way better option, right? You get a lot more time and stuff like
Definitely.
that. So
Yeah.
thought I'd kind of give it a go. And so I got a bow. And then, yeah, I just found out when I bought the bow, some guy asked me, he was like, have you ever shot like 3D before? And I was like, I didn't even know what it was. I was like, what is 3D archery? And then like he kind of explained it. And I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool, right? And then gave that a shot. What was that? Of course, that Wolves Den, I think.
Yeah, Wolves Den.
Yeah, so we shot
Yeah.
there. And
That's
I
the one
was
in
like,
Barrie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just outside of Barrie there. So I shot there. And then I was telling Evan about it. I came home. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. So, and then he's a lefty. So he's like, oh, let me try it. So he's shooting my bow like wrong handed. And he's just like, oh, this is pretty sweet. Then it was like probably a week or two later, he ended up just going out and buying a bow too.
Yeah, I went and bought a bow.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
And then we just kind of went out like basically maybe once a week. We'd go out to Wolves Den, shoot the range and the course there and stuff like that. And then kind of met some other guys and stuff like that you go there, kind of archery community, people shooting, you end up talking to other guys, and then they're like, oh, you should try this club, and like, and then there's tournaments and all this stuff, right? So, and then, well, like it's the first year I didn't shoot any tournaments or anything. We just kind of shot around. And then it would be, yeah, the next year after that, a couple of my buddies that I shot with sometimes, they were like, they were going to go to the provincials there at York County. I was like, all right, I'll give it a go. Like, I had no expectations. Like, I was just like, whatever. If I don't come in last, then technically I didn't lose kind of thing. I was like, whatever.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So ended up shooting it. And the first day did pretty good. I think I was in 5th place going into the second day. And I was like, holy crap, like, this is pretty good. And then the second day, I ended up shooting even better than the first day, and I ended up climbing up into 3rd place.
Wow.
It was a pretty wild experience for my first tournament, and I was just like,
say,
Yeah.
so the provincials was your
yeah, it's probably pure luck, but
so the provincials was your first tournament
yeah,
at York
So-
County, because it's a tough course too at York
That's
County.
yeah,
crazy.
it was tough. It was
Wow.
not easy, and there was a lot of targets. Like, I had to shoot 80 targets in 2 days, right? It was like not used to
Yeah,
that many
it's-
reps in behind the bow. So that was a learning curve, and it like poured rain both days for like probably
Yeah.
an hour and a half each day. So it was like the conditions weren't
Wow.
very good, but like, just learning to shoot in those conditions kind of, help you. There's only one way to learn to shoot like that is just doing it, right? So
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
awesome.
yeah, I kind of lucked out at that tournament too, because I ended up winning. Um, I won the 50-50 draw.
Nice.
So, and then I bought a whole bunch of tickets for the bow raffle because they had the Elite Ethos, like the one I wanted in the raffle. Like people weren't buying that many tickets and stuff. So I just went up and I ended up buying like $200 worth of tickets because I was like, whatever. I mean, if I don't win, I'll probably cry my way home. But if I do win, I get a sweet bow out of it. So, and then, so they did the raffle and Luis actually won the Ethos that I wanted.
All right. Yeah.
And I won the Bowtech. It was a CP28, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I tried to trade him, but he was like, no, I'm not trading. And then someone was like, and I didn't even think about it at the time. And someone's like, well, you won the 50-50 too. Why don't you offer him the cash and that bow for the Ethos? And I was like, yeah, good idea. So I ran up to him and I was like, here, I'll give you this cash and this bow for that bow. And he's like, you really want this bow, don't you? And it's so bad. And he's just, and Luis, you know, yeah, he's such a nice guy.
He's
like,
a sweetheart.
he's like, I know you really want this bow. I'll do it. And then traded me. So,
Nice.
and I've been shooting the Ethos ever since. Like, I love that bow,
Nice.
right?
It's awesome. It's a nice bow,
so-
actually. It's a
Yeah, they're
very
really
bow.
nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was crazy. It was quite the experience. I was on like cloud 9 on the way home. I called
Nice.
Evan and I was just like, man, you won't believe it. Like I got third place and I won a bow and I got a release. I got all this stuff. And he's like, no, you didn't. Like, oh, it's hilarious. Because he was going to go, but he chickened out. And,
Yeah, I did check it out.
didn't
Yeah.
Oh,
come.
boy.
And then he was kicking himself in the ass ever since. He's like, oh, I should have went. And I was like, yeah, you should have.
Just think you could have
But-
won a bow too.
I know.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But
I didn't
So
know.
how
anything
did you
about tournaments.
how did you finally drag Evan into a tournament? Or what was your first tournament, Evan?
Mine was the Southern Classic.
Okay. Wow.
So
That's a good
Johnny was like,
first.
we got to go camping. Yeah. So I did that one the first. And then ever since that one, I basically have tried to shoot every single one. So,
All right. On.
but yeah, that was my first one. Big Johnny basically begged me. He's like, you got to go. Trust me. You'll do better than you think. And I was like, I don't know. Of course, I've done better than I thought. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah, you
like when I got home from provincials, like the first thing I did was because everyone was like, oh, you got to go to the Southern Classic and this and that. And like the
Yeah.
first thing I did, I got home that night and I literally went on to the Southern Classic website and like registered and everything right then. I was like, I'm doing it. I love this. This is so much fun. And then, yeah, convinced him to register and stuff too. So I think what I did, yeah, so I did the provincials that year.
Yeah.
And then I think the next tournament I did was it would have been the Good Games one actually at your club.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's when I actually prevented Travis McGregor from dry firing his bow. And you guys gifted me the membership for most
Oh, yeah.
sportsmanlike. So
Yeah.
I
quite
remember that.
there.
Yeah. I'm just remembering that now.
So
That's
I did
awesome.
that tournament. And then I ended up going to nationals in Fredericton because my mom lives out east. So we were actually going down there for that week anyways. And it turned out like the weekend we were coming home was the nationals. And I was like, well, I might as well stay down an extra couple days and just shoot it while I'm down there for the experience. Right. So I ended up shooting that. And then I think after that, it was just the Southern Classic.
How'd you
and
do at
then-
nationals?
I didn't do as well as I thought, as well as I hoped. After day one, I think I was around 5th place or something. So I was doing all right. And then on the second day, I had a miss. I drew back and I was like just on the one buck. And then my bow, like, cause I was still getting used to the back wall and the elite and it jumped forward on me and my thumb hit the trigger.
Oh.
And it
Oh,
glanced
no.
off the deer's back and it was a fat 0. And like that level of competition with those guys, like they don't
Oh,
miss,
knocks you right
right?
out.
So
Yeah.
No.
You're
it
done.
was like I went from like 5th place to 10th like immediately. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit. And then I tried to climb my way back up. I only climbed back up. I think I ended up in like 9th or something, but
That's still
Still-
not
it
bad.
still
like,
was a
yeah.
great experience, right?
Real
And-
good.
Ninth
you're-
overall is awesome.
yeah, for a
That's
first
really
year
good stuff.
of competing, like doing provincials for your first tournament and then Southern Canadian and then doing nationals. That's really good actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, that's really good. That's
Yeah.
really good.
So it was good. It was a good experience for sure. I was gonna go to Alberta this year, and then just things didn't kind of work out for me. But I think they're gonna be. Are they supposed to be at AIM this coming year?
So
Muskoka there?
Yeah, so that's where the provincials are supposed to be. I know they're going to make some announcements on October 5th about who's doing provincials and nationals, but we'll wait for
Yeah.
that to happen and see how that goes.
Yeah.
So
We'll find out.
yeah, it's in Ontario, so I know we're encouraging all our Royal City members to go out there. So put your jerseys
Yeah,
on and
absolutely.
get out there. Evan can attest to well, you were at the Southern Canadian, you saw those purple and gold jerseys, Evan or Johnny. So it
Yeah.
kind of it's funny because it kind of created a really nice camaraderie there. So
Yeah.
because archery is an individual sport, but when you have that support and you have even like having your brother hold your umbrella for you, or I held my wife's umbrella to help her, like that kind of thing. It's just speaks to the game itself, right? It's just that kind of
Yeah.
game where
No, and I really wish.
I know, like Chris Priester. Yeah, go ahead, Johnny. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, I really wish that I ended up getting a jersey on time. I kind of missed the boat on that one because I would have definitely represented for the club and everything at Southern there. Didn't have a jersey, and then Evan had a couple of them, and I was thinking about wearing his. It said Jack, but like the amount he sweat the day before, and how hot it was, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm putting on that guy's jersey.
You didn't want to wear those.
I was like, I'll let him hold my umbrella so we can represent, but I'm not putting on that sweaty thing. So it's pretty good.
That's why I bought two. There was no way I'm doing 2 days, one jersey.
But
Well, this year the jerseys are sponsored, so you'll be getting if you're on the team, you get a jersey. So
Yeah, it's
There you
gonna be
go.
awesome. Can't wait.
yeah,
yeah.
no,
It's
it's
gonna be good.
perfect. Yeah,
So when you guys growing up, like I know I have two brothers, so like we're always very competitive with each other, right? I'm the oldest brother. My middle brother is actually he's like a natural in most sports. He just picks them up. I'm not. So I'm not.
that's this guy.
Yeah. So he would always beat me at everything, like baseball, hockey. My youngest brother wasn't too much into playing sports. He did play football for a bit, but yeah, and it was always that sibling rivalry. You guys have any cool sibling rivalry stories growing up?
Yeah, like, well, that's the thing too. Like you said, the older brother, and like naturally good at like everything he does. Like I've always been chasing him my entire life with everything we did, like hockey and stuff like that. He was always like really, really good. I always sucked. Same with like lacrosse and everything. Like we both played. Like he played like really well. I was just there to play. Like, and not that I didn't try. He was just gifted at it, right? And then like
Mhm.
even like snowboarding and stuff, he was always better than me. So I was always kind of like chasing behind him, trying to keep up and do all the cool stuff he was doing and everything. And just like everything, our whole lives, he's been just way better at. And then luckily, the only thing that I've managed to stay a little bit ahead of him. He's right on my heels now, so I got to kind of watch for him. But now, like the only thing I've ever been able to kind of push a little bit ahead on him is archery so far. But he's been practicing a lot, and he's starting to scare me a little bit. He's right there, so
Well,
I just get lucky when we shoot sometimes, and it's really close now. Like it's
That's awesome.
he's gonna be right there. So
Yeah, super competitive. It's frustrating because I can't beat him. I hate it every second of it.
yeah.
So how do you
you
like?
guys practice together then, right? Like
yeah.
at your place? Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Most of
And
the
you-
shooting that we do is probably together, to be honest.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
And
for the
you're
most
share-
part,
and you're sharing strategies and that kind of thing with each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
for
Like
tips.
there's certain things that like I try to point out, like if I notice something with, his shot process, or he's saying something's not working because of this or that, then, I'll throw out little suggestions here and there, and like vice versa, right? Like if he's like, oh yeah, I noticed you're doing this, then like we kind of help each other out that way, right? And just try to get, so we can both shoot the best we can. And that's the thing too, like as much as we're competitive with each other, like I want to see him do like really well. Like if he wins, like I'm not going to be upset that he beat me. Like I'm happy for him, right? Like which is good. And like same with him. Like
Yeah.
every time, like if I win or something, he's never like mad that I beat him or anything. Like it's we want to see each other do well. And I think that's most of the archery community too. It's not just like us being brothers. Like obviously you want to see family do well and stuff like that, but like even just seeing other guys shoot well at tournaments and stuff, like I'm like super stoked for them. I'm like, man, you shot amazing today, like really good job. Like you want to see everyone do well. Like as much as it's cool to win and fun to win and all that, and it feels great. But at the same time, it's like you want everyone to do well and have a good time at it, right? So
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
How do you like having a 3D target in your backyard or a 3D target range in your backyard?
It's the best.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's still a work in progress. We don't have too many yet. We've been kind of plugging away at them, and it's a lot of fun. And we try to set the shots up like as hard as humanly possible, just
Super hard.
because then that way, it makes it a little bit easier when we go to other places in a
Feels
sense,
bit
right?
easier, but it's not.
No, it's not always easier, but we try to make it as hard as we can. It's still new to us. So we're still working on it. And there's still a lot of things like setting up a course that like we never thought of. We're like, oh, it's easy. You just put the targets here and there. And then like you set them out and you're just like, wait, it would be so much better if we did this or this because I don't like the way this is because of this. And like, obviously, you set it all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
But like, we always thought like, oh, it's so easy. You just put a target there and then like you go to shoot it and you're like, yeah. And then you're like tweaking it. So, like we've already tweaked so many of them already. It's like half the time we spend tweaking them, probably more tweaking them than shooting them actually.
Well, we tried to stretch them out as far as possible, right? So we're like, oh, we'll do 60 yards, 70 yards, This, and by the time we had 3 in, we're like, we're almost out of room.
Yeah,
in here.
you run out of space pretty quick when you stretch them out.
Yeah, we
Oh,
weren't
man.
thinking about that.
So we put them a bit closer, but tried to make it harder and then like
Uphill,
trying to,
like uphill, downhill.
where you're shooting from, like your footing and stuff like that. Cause we noticed like
Yeah,
that's on like probably our biggest downfall on some courses and stuff. If it's like uneven ground, find like your footing, I find that almost throws a wrench into plans more than anything, just because like your comfort level, right? Like
Yeah.
as soon as you're not 100% comfortable, like that's when you start
Mhm.
butchering shots,
That's when you start
right?
making bad
So
shots.
we've been kind of practicing that just to,
All right on.
try to practice being uncomfortable. So
Like you can
So what's
even for practicing that sort of thing, you can. I know when Valley and I used to attend Hamilton Archery Center, and they had what they call continuing in competition. So they would set up step ladders and all kinds of different things where you'd have to put a foot up or whatever, or those balance balls. You'd have to shoot
Yeah.
from one of those. Oh my god, that was tough, man. Because you'd be like, "Whoa."
yeah,
And you figure, like, I found out that I didn't realize, but I put a lot of weight on my front foot. And when I
Right.
was on that balance ball, I was like, oh, yeah, that's why I shoot low a lot of times, because I'm putting so much weight on that front foot.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I think just getting back to target setup, I think like even Justin and I, like I used to set up the targets. I've let Justin do it now, but he and I have like just a bit of a different, there's a different style. Like if you look at Josh Webb's courses, if you look at Peyton, the way he sets up courses. So I like to set mine up as a scene, like something that you would see. Like I would imagine, okay, if I'm hunting bear, this is how I'm gonna see him in the bush.
Yeah,
right?
let's
So I
get the
used to,
bear.
yeah, a lot of times I'll put them on logs, because when I've seen bears in the wild, they're always hopping up on a log, or they're doing something to look bigger or whatever, right? So I'll do that, or deer, I'll put their head behind a tree to try to, because if I'm on, that's the kind of shot I want. I want him to have his head hidden. So that's So you guys probably have a different style too. And I know, Justin, if you want to speak to your style, I know you like using trees and shade and stuff. So
Well, that's all we have. We really don't have elevation. Unless we mount it in a tree, which we did. We have a baboon in a tree.
yeah, I'm gonna put a photo of that up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool shot.
But other than the baboon in the tree, we really don't have elevation. So we have to play with shadows and tree, or shadows, lights, and trees. So I figure the harder I can make our shots, it makes it easier for you guys when you actually want to go hunting, because you're going to want to take that shot through the tree, and you're not going to focus on the tree, right? You're going to focus on the deer instead of the tree. So
no, 100%.
No, and you have that course set up pretty difficult. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like with your shadows and stuff, you've nailed it.
Yeah. Sometimes we curse your name when we're shooting.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I get that a lot. That's okay.
The first
That's
time
all
you'd
right.
be in,
Yeah, that's okay.
I hate
I
that.
like those.
And there's the one bear on the back where like I don't, if it's still a bear back there or a boar or something. It's super, super dark. And oh man, it's a tough shot. Like I could see it through my binos and everything. And then it's like soon as I bring my bow up and looking through my tiny little peep and everything, it's like I can't even see it. Like I'm just like hoping for the best, right? It's just black. And I'm like, well, I mean, just going Yeah, hopefully, just huck and pray and see what happens kind of thing. But like
So
those are good though, because when you do make those shots, it puts more like trust in your system and everything
yeah,
too, right? Like, and then like you said with the trees and stuff like that, like and that's kind of how we were setting them up here, is because we don't have like, we're working some elevation and stuff, but we've been using a lot of trees and stuff like that, like, because that's usually where it throws you off too. Because if there's, you're shooting a 3D round and there's a tree or a branch coming down, it's like you want to be like right tight to it to get the scorings, but then your mind pulls you away from it because you're like, don't
Yep.
hit the branch, right? Like,
Yeah.
so we try to, get them in as close as we can as some trees and stuff like that, to try to get away from that little bit of fear that pulls you out of some of the rings, right?
Mhm.
Like those are, try to pick out some struggles we have on, tournaments and stuff like that, and apply them to what we have here and stuff. But that's why we like what you've done too with the course. Like you've made it like hard. It's not like we've shot other courses that are all just like straight hallways. Like,
yeah, I don't like those.
sure, they might have elevation and stuff, but they're not like tight shots between like trees and shadows and stuff like that. They're all fairly open and things like that, where like you put a little more stress on the archer because the course is a little more difficult. So like I find that actually helps in tournament settings and stuff, because you're
Yeah, it does.
you're used to kind of playing with those things that throw you off normally. So when you go to another tournament, it's like you're used to those stressful environments, and then it kind of helps, right?
Yeah.
So
So what'd you guys think of the classic this year? The
it
I
was
know
awesome.
you guys had a cool campsite there with
Yeah, that was the
with
best.
all
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we had the triple shade tent set up there with the long Last Supper
Yeah.
table with all the boys.
It was incredible.
It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I brought the boys with me and they were having a time. The first day it was so hot when we got back, Oliver emptied everything out of the cooler and they were dunked right inside it like a little swimming pool.
Yeah, that was funny. That was
just
funny.
like black feet from his Crocs and in the cooler. The water was brown. He's just laying in the cooler, just his legs poking out. It was hilarious. Like just cooling off, and it was like, it was tons of fun. They had a blast. So
Yeah, I
bet you
love the
watching
camp out.
Yeah, I bet you watching those little guys reminds you of you guys when you guys were kids, eh?
oh yeah,
all
it's
the
actually
silly
scary.
fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. It's just like deja vu, but it's funny. So, and it's nice. Like Oliver's likes to shoot and stuff, and just getting Eddie into shooting as well. Like next year, I'm going to get him like actually doing the tournaments and stuff. And
Oh, right on.
it's going to be the whole get the boys out, and
Oh.
they love it.
So
They
I
like
gotta
going
compete.
around.
Now I
and
gotta compete with 4 jacks. Oh my god. Jeepers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. Good
yeah, we're
luck,
screwed.
guys.
We're
And
screwed.
like, I don't think Eddie trash talks as much as Oliver, so I think you guys are okay that way.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
Oliver's-
that guy's hilarious.
Yeah, he definitely trash
He just
talks,
chirps
for
everybody.
sure.
He doesn't even know half the people, and he's like trash talking these guys. I'm like, wait, why are you trash talking these grown men? You don't even know who they are, but everyone loves it. They think it's hilarious. So I'm like,
Oh,
whatever.
I love it.
Yeah. No, that's a
Definitely.
ton
Yeah,
of fun.
definitely. He's a competitive kid, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. So
He's just got to get out of his own head. That guy.
Oh, that's it.
yeah.
He gets obsessed about
Top
doing
4.
certain things, like shooting all 14s or something, right? And that kind of
Yeah.
kills
Yeah.
his game. Like he could have been he could have been up there with those kids in the shoot off. He's a pretty good shot for his
Yeah.
age. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's
the
just-
thing, and I think that's most people's battle is fighting your own demons in your head, right? Like that's, I mean, that's what happens to me at some tournaments, where if I overthink things too much, and then I start to fall apart sometimes, and just try to keep that confidence level up. Like if I can go in confident and then start off decent, and then just kind of get a roll on it, then and then I feel like I'm unstoppable and I can just shoot. But then like, as soon as I start questioning myself at all, then it just starts to fall apart, right? Like but I can't always have that level of confidence. It's like some days I have it, some days I don't. And it's like,
Yeah.
I wish I always had it. That'd be awesome. Like some guys do, but I don't always have it. But when I do, which is nice, but it's tough.
Yeah, I wonder if I often wonder, do those guys have that confidence, or is it just it might not be confidence, it's it's just become innate, right? They've just
Yeah, they're
For
just
some
naturally
things,
calm
yeah.
with it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Well, it's
like
just practice.
everyone has their struggles, right? So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
oh,
like
yeah.
Evan can attest to target panic.
Yeah,
He's
big time.
been struggling
Oh,
with
yeah.
that for a while. He struggled with that this year. So,
Yeah, but look at his scores.
I know, but he's shooting better.
Yeah, they're shining.
Yeah.
He's shooting
Right?
better.
Like a 214 at our tournament.
Yeah.
And what's awesome about that, like when guys get better, especially if they're your brother, like that, like for Johnny, like right now, Johnny, you're just a bit ahead of him right now, right? And him catching up to you is like that's driving you to get better. So that and
I'm not going to make it easy for him to take me out. I can tell you that.
that's for sure.
You know, if he's going to do it, he's going to earn it. I'm going to tell you that.
Well, that's what makes me a better shooter, right? It's shooting with him. Because like that's basically I shoot with him 99% of the time, unless I go alone or meet up with someone else on the course. So it naturally just makes me better without me even noticing, right? Type thing. So when I show up to a tournament and I shoot a reasonable score, I'm like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you did like at our last tournament, you shot a 416, which is more than reasonable. It's, you're starting, that's when you're starting to crack the top 10 at that kind of score, especially Hunter division.
Yeah, and that's my goal
Hunter.
is to hopefully stay within there. So
what was the highest score at our tournament?
He was the highest score tournament for Hunter.
Oh, you're right. He was. Yeah.
Yeah. He won first place.
You know why? Because I wasn't there.
Johnny missed.
Yeah, I was just being nice. I thought I'd let him have them. The season was over, you know?
I bet you there's a lot of that on the road getting to the SEC, et cetera, right?
Oh, yeah.
Busting each other's balls.
Yeah. It never ends.
Oh, that's awesome. That
Yeah.
is awesome. So we're like let's look 3 years down the road. Where do you guys see each other?
3 years down the road?
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to stay within my goal. Kind of like every tournament I go into is like my goal is to podium. Like, to be honest, like I try to set the bar as high as possible. I don't have unrealistic goals like trying to get first at everyone. Obviously that'd be sweet, but like my goal overall is to podium. If I podium, I'm more than happy. If not, then it is what it is. So I basically just continue on that roll anyways. Like there's some really serious shooters out there that like, even if I'm on the top of my game, like it's neck and neck, right? Like some of those guys are just putting up crazy scores. So it's like, all it takes is, 1-8 that could separate from the rest. Like, it's just a few points away at that point. So basically just podiuming, I'm more than happy, right? So I guess just that's my goal to continue, really.
Yeah, and then we'll see. We'll probably stay in Hunter I am for a couple years at least, and then maybe try to push into that K50 bracket and try to compete with them type thing. So down the road, we'll see.
You guys,
another huge commitment. So,
do you guys see yourself doing any of the American tournaments?
Possibly. Like I would.
Yeah,
I would like to.
Yeah,
I would, like hopefully get to that point. It would be, I think, a good experience overall to start shooting the ASAs and stuff like that. So I don't know. I didn't take this season as serious as I wanted to. I just had some stuff kind of pop up that I didn't really have the time to invest into the archery that I would really wanted to. Like, because my goal this year was to shoot every tournament possible and, try to put up really good scores and work on trying to get sponsorships and things like that. Like, that was kind of my goal. And then just wasn't in the cards for me this year at all. So I think, just try to shoot as much as I can, put up scores the best I can, and then, slowly start to try to pick away at reaching out to places and maybe end up getting some stuff someday. I don't know. And then kind of see where that takes me. And then, eventually going to shoot the ASAs and stuff would be ideal. Like I would love to do that, but I just have to kind of see where it takes me. I definitely wouldn't say no to it. So
yeah, I'd be way into going. It'd be an awesome time.
So
like for sure you both like you guys are, it's like I was talking to Benoit. I'm like, you guys are starting to get to a point where you're going to be dominating the local scene, right? People are going to get tired of hearing your name. I can tell you that much. So, I'll be honest. Because that's why there's ebbs and flows in archery, right? Especially in the local scene, because it's always the same guys on the top. I've been doing this since 2022 when they opened it back up after COVID, and it's like, well, and I do indoor as well, so it's for me. It's like, oh, gosh, Webb and Tody, this and this guy and that guy, and it's like I'm finishing 10th, 11th. I'm not gonna. And after a while, it's just like, why do I even show up? You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
the nice part is you got that camaraderie, right? You go there, you're hanging out, you're just hanging out with your buddies and just shooting some arrows, right? And that's kind of the way I looked at it now. Whereas like my wife is very competitive and she finishes well and that sort of thing. So for her, it's not so much of a meet and greet, but it's the time to kick ass. So that's the way she
Yeah.
treats it. But yeah,
Yeah.
so and I don't know. How about you, Justin? How do you usually treat these things? I
Well,
know you do a lot of 3D. You don't do any indoors, so I think
no,
you guys are the same.
yeah, I don't do a lot of indoor. No, I did go shoot at shooters. They haven't fixed the backstop yet, but
Of
I
course.
did okay. Um, but I prefer 3D. But I it depends on who's there. So like if there's if like Benoit and Evan and Johnny, I know I'm not making it up there because they shoot better than I do. Like they would have to fail because I'm like a 190 ish, and then even if you had Misha in there, Misha still shoots better on average than I do. Like I would have to smoke a 206 where they smoke a 206 all the time.
Right.
Right? They do. Realistically, you guys are up there. Where I'm not there yet. I'm only a couple years into shooting anyways. So, more time behind the bow. I didn't get as much time behind the bow as I wanted um this year, but mostly due to money. But yeah,
Well, you're doing good.
I'm proud of the 180 because like when I started, or like the 190, like when I started, I was low.
Oh yeah.
And I started with paper indoor, as most of you guys know. And then it was Chris who picked me up, was like, "Hey, you should try this." So then I switched over to 3D and never looked back. But
Yeah.
You still got to shoot paper once in a while.
I did
Yeah.
shoot paper. Okay.
I know. I know all you guys. I know both all you guys. All three of you guys hate paper, but it. So what was I listening to yesterday? I think I was listening to Misha and Josh on Caribou, and they were talking about somebody said the hinge don't lie. They said, and I'm like, the hinge lies, but paper don't lie. Paper tells
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
exactly what's going on with your game. So whether
Oh
it's
yeah.
field or whether it's 20 yard, you're gonna find out what's wrong with your game
Yeah.
right away. So
It's like last year
We shot a ton of paper.
I was shooting a lot of paper in the winter and I wanted to see where that kind of took me. And at the beginning of the year, like when I was shooting paper, I was doing really good, almost getting 300s and stuff with a hunter set up, like just missing like one here and there. Like I was doing pretty good. And then like it started getting worse and worse and worse. And then I started getting like crazy target panic. And then like it just like completely fell apart on me.
Yeah, you fell apart.
And
big
I
time.
literally had to like retrain myself from like square one. Like I couldn't even shoot anymore. It was insane. And then like
Mhm.
I ended up kind of going back to square one where I started and just relearning everything. Cause like I lost everything I had from the previous season because the target panic I developed shooting paper indoors like really messed with my head. And then I finally got out of it, but it took a lot of work to try to get out of that, slump I was in. But I mean, that's not the first time I've had, dealt with target panic and stuff. So that one was just a lot more severe. But I ended up getting over it and everything and
Yeah,
back to normal
you
now.
really
But
struggled. What, the first tournament?
yeah, yeah. Even the first tournament of this year, like
It
I
was really low.
terrible. But
Dropping shots. Yeah.
it's
What was
still
that?
beat you, I think.
Was that full
We
draw?
tied.
Tied.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was the full draw one, and I
Yeah.
still like had terrible target panic. Like I hit so many eights and stuff. Like it was nuts. I was like, it was really bad for me, anyways. It was not good. And then I just kept working on it and working on it and working on it, and finally kind of got back to where I need to be. But it was a real struggle.
So how
So
do you
I don't.
how do you think you get? Because I still struggle with target panic. So yeah, it's not always indoor. It creeps up on me sometimes when I'm doing 3D as well. How do you like? For me, it's extreme focus. If I'm not really focused on what I'm doing and I'm just going through the motions, that's when the target panic sinks in. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can speak to that, Johnny. You're just talking about target panic there.
Yeah, like I feel like it just like it creeps in on you out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it's like you can't shoot. Then as you're trying to figure out what's going on, and then like I did the whole shot IQ thing. I was like, because I fell apart, and I was like, I don't even care. I'll pay for shot IQ. Like I need to get back, and but then like it's not a quick fix though either, right? Like you do the shot IQ course and it's like I was expecting, oh, the next day I'll be out shooting 300s again, like no big deal. And that was not the case at all. Like you still have to really put in that mental like training and stuff and try to get it back. And like, and I noticed, I think what really got it for me was like trying to be like super precise on that one spot. And then with indoors, like it's only 20 yards, right? So like your mind has expectations like I can hit that at 20 yards easy, right? And then when you don't, you start to get frustrated and then like it kind of so kind of like you almost have unrealistic goals because it seems like it's easier than it is. Yeah. I feel like that's what kind of gets you, and then it's like you're expecting to hit in the middle and you don't, but it's like realistically, when you're shooting 3D, it's like you're shooting on, a spot. If you're, hanging out in the 10 ring that's this big, you have a lot more trust in your float and to just kind of let yourself break through your shot cleanly. So then what I did and what I've seemed to help me the most is I basically painted like a ring about the size of a 10 ring on like a bulldog target.
Yeah.
And I would set it out at 20 yards and like I'd be aiming just for the middle of that dot. So like wherever my pin floats on that 10 ring, because like in a 3D tournament, you get a 10, you're happy. Getting an 11 is great, but like if I get a 10, I'm happy. I don't care. So I would just float within that 10 ring and just execute my shot. Cause it's like, and at 20 yards, it's not hard to hold your pin within that. And then I would just break countless shots, like just, and that's all I would shoot at. I wouldn't shoot at anything else. Every time I'd shoot, I'd go out and shoot, 50, 60 arrows just at that ring. And it's like kind of gets boring, but at the same time, you're just training your mind to just hold in the middle and pull, hold in the middle and pull, and then back it out a bit to like 30 yards. But like, I wouldn't even really back it out much farther than that, because then that's when your mind starts to take over again, because you start to get those nerves in place. Like, oh, my pin's off it now. But if you can get your pin to just hold within that and just work on execution, then like your trust through your shot process, I find that's what really helped me both times I've had it. Like that's kind of what fixed me.
Yeah.
Even like doing the shot IQ stuff, like I get everything he's saying, like totally makes sense. And like, it is kind of what I do to, kind of what I do, but not completely. But yeah, that's, I don't know. That's kind of what helped me anyways, is just doing that.
Yeah. I think
kind of gets your mind back in it.
I think when I was trying to help Evan, it was when he was struggling with it. You really got to know what you want to do when you're at the line. If you got any hesitations on how you're going to squeeze your trigger, how you're going to make it go off, forget it. You're not going to get you're not going to get in that 10 ring, right? You're going to get a 9 or an 8 or whatever, because your mind's not going to be focused on. You're going to be focused on 2 or 3 different things at once. You really got to separate all those processes and really know your process. And that's, I think, gets you out of target panic. So it's because, again, like I've struggled with this year. I struggled with it in 2023 when I did the worst I've ever shot in my life at provincials. And, I think it's just really knowing that process is what helps you get out of it. So. But let's not talk about target panic anymore. So it's
yeah, that's right. It's cursed. That's a cursed subject, right? Yeah. Come on, gotta stay away. We're gonna have it back now. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find like not anything with target panic, but just like being comfortable and stuff like is so important. Like, you watch like so many guys and they shoot, like you look at all the pros and stuff and like look at some of their form. It's like bonkers when you look at it like textbook form. Like to me, like that doesn't really, like some guys have better form than others, but it's not all about textbook form. You look at Chris Perkins, for instance, the way he leans, and like Mikey Schlauser and like some of the guys, like you look at them shoot and like, if you didn't know who they were, you'd be like, what does this guy even know what he's doing? But like, they're like the best, they're the best in the world. Right. Like, and like, that's where like Evan, like that was kind of his downfall for a bit, where he was like trying to tweak so many like fine tuning things. And I was like, man, what's comfortable for you? He's like, well, this is a lot more comfortable than this, but like, that's not like proper form. I was like, don't worry about like, you have to be comfortable. Like if you're not comfortable, you can't execute clean shots one after another because you're fighting on getting and you're focused on getting your hand a certain way or this and that. Focus too much on your grip. Like, just be comfortable. Like whatever feels good for you, you can literally make the bow shoot how you're holding it. Like even if you have torque, even if you have other things, like you can make the bow shoot where your arrow shoots as long as you're comfortable and do the same thing every single time. It doesn't really matter. Like, it's like focusing too much on certain things where it puts you out of that comfort zone. Like I've tried that too, where I'm like, oh, this guy does this, I'm going to try that, but it's not comfortable for me. And then I shoot way worse. I'm like, no, scratch that. Like, this is where everything just feels like it needs to sit for me. And that's just what I do. Right. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's human nature to look for a quick fix to everything too. Right. Because you just want to, you just want to shoot good. That's all you want.
Yeah.
And get there as quick as possible.
Oh, yeah.
So going back to what you were just saying there, Johnny, if there's one thing, like you could tell your brother to make him unstoppable, what do you think it would be? What would you tell him?
I can't really give him that information because I still want to beat him.
Oh, he's gonna do this. He's gonna do the same for you in just a second.
No, honestly, for him, 100% is nerves. It's all between his ears, 100%. Because like there's days when we go out and shoot, and he's not nervous and he's confident, and like he's right on my heels. Like there's only a point or two separating us sometimes, like if that, like he's right there. But then like soon as you throw something stressful in the mix for him, it's like he starts to freak out a little bit, and then it takes over a bit, and then he misses a shot or something, and then it kind of, and it's the mental game, really. I think if it wasn't for his little bit of nerves that get the best of him sometimes, like he'd be beating me or right there with me every tournament or every time we shoot. It's just sometimes we'll be like neck and neck, and then he gets all excited because he's like, oh, I'm only 1 point down, and then all of a sudden he pops a 5 or an 8, and he's like, oh, and he's all mad. Yeah, you let it get to your head. You can't focus on what other people are doing at all, right? Like,
No.
That's what I always try to tell him too. It was because he's always like, focus on what I'm doing or what others are doing, or he needs to do this and that. And I was like, don't shoot against anyone else but yourself. Like that's the way I try to go into it. I try not to worry about what anyone else is doing, because anytime I've ever done that, it makes me shoot way worse. I'm just focused on how I want to shoot, and I'm shooting against myself at all times, right? Like I'm not really focused who else is at the competition or anything. It's like I know what I'm capable of, and I just want to shoot a better score than I shot last time, right? So it's like I'm just competing against myself in a way. So, and I think that's pretty important. But
yeah, once I take the nerves out of it, it's usually pretty smooth sailing. Like I missed the first target on the second day of the Southern Classic. I was like, oh well, guess I got enough to lose now. And then I ended up shooting a 192, and I got 712.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Because I had nothing, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, just whatever.
Sometimes when you think you got nothing to lose, you can just shoot like
I'm going upper every time.
And I was the exact opposite last year. I shot really well on the first day, and I thought, I'm going to shoot really well the second. Nope. I dropped 20 points from what I shot the first day. So, I think it was 9th going into it. And I was supposed to, I didn't know I could compete in senior. I was competing with all these 21-year-olds, right? I know I look young, but I'm actually not. So if I'm north of 50. So just getting back to that question, Evan, same question to you. Like, if your brother wanted to be unstoppable, what do you think he'd need to do?
Basically the same thing, just focus. And honestly, shooting more for him would be huge, because he's so like he's crazy busy and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So to be unstoppable, if he could get out there and like, for instance, I'll come home and I shoot probably like 50 to 60 arrows almost every day, and he doesn't quite have that luxury all the time, right? Yeah. So if he could practice as much as I practice, and get out there, he would be full, and he's already almost unstoppable. So it's just,
well, and like that's the thing too. Like I definitely could shoot more. Like even going into the Southern Classic, I think it almost helped me in a way, because I didn't have any expectations. Like I said to Evan on the way up, I was like, I haven't shot my bow in 3 months prior to the Southern. I shot my bow 3 times in 3 months. So I was like, I have zero expectations. I just need to get out, just clear my head, have fun, just shoot it, have a good time. I went out there, and first day shot a the 214.
214, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, where did that even come from? Like, I don't even know. But I had like zero pressure really because I wasn't expecting to even do well. I was like, whatever, I just want to go shoot.
Just going for fun at that point. Yeah.
And then I shot really good. And I was like, well, I guess just keep at it and see what happens. So it ended up working out in my favor. But like, I wasn't expecting anything going in because I've hardly shot this year really. Like, I've probably only been out to like an actual course. I don't know, maybe
5 times.
maybe
this year.
5,
Yeah.
6 times, if that. So like I've hardly shot. And then during the week I might shoot once a week if I'm
Yeah.
lucky, but it's probably closer to once every 2 weeks. I'll shoot a few arrows here and there. But yeah, I'm definitely want to put in some more work next year and just kind of
More arrows.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
More
Yeah.
arrows.
Yeah, that's the tough part, right? It's
Yeah.
like I got 3 kids. It's you know, the wife and the what have you. And then running the club. It's some
Yeah, you
days
got a
I'm like,
lot.
I'm like thinking to myself, why am I doing this for? I just want to shoot
Yeah.
arrows. I'd
Yeah.
rather sometimes it's like I tell my wife, I'm like, I just want to you know, forget being the president or to see whatever you want to call it of Royal City Bowman and just go back to shooting arrows and just hang out with the guys and having fun because it's yeah, it's been a lot of work. I don't want to complain because I do enjoy it. So but yeah, if I get to, I think I got to 3 tournaments this year. You know, I did Porcupine because I wanted to try it, and it was great. Like we had some car troubles or whatever, but Carl was absolutely generous. Had somebody come out with us. We showed up late, and he let us still shoot the course. So like,
Oh yeah.
big shout out to him. Like wow, you know, like not many people would do that. I know at an Archery Ontario event, they would just tell you to get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because you know whatever they take it a little bit too seriously, but you know, and then Carl could do the same. He could take it seriously. It's a serious event, right? So,
Oh yeah.
but no, like it was really good of him. He sent out a guy with us who walked around the whole course, did the 20 targets, and it wasn't just me shooting. I had my 2 boys shooting too. And well, you guys both know, because I know,
Yeah.
you know, like Evan took out 80 that one day, and you took out Oliver, and you know how long they
Yeah.
can take to shoot sometimes, right? So how much they want to chat and whatever. So,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, so you know, like just to sort of start closing this up here. So you're like Johnny, you're self-taught, no coaching. You just picked up a bow one
Yeah.
day and started.
So basically, yeah, like I got a bow and then I tried 3D a couple times and I was like, this is amazing. And then I just went on like watching YouTube videos, like, and just like crazy because I didn't really know anyone else that even shot, right? Like and so I started watching all these videos and stuff, which like some of it helped a lot, but then it was like, depending on who you watch, it was like, you kind of learn the wrong steps. And then like you watch this other guy, so it's like, you got to kind of pick and choose what you find on there because like you know I've watched a couple videos and then found out that those guys don't really know what they're doing and then I had to relearn certain things and then just watching YouTube videos learned from like started off watching some Chris B stuff and then I started watching like John Dudley stuff, watched a lot of the knock on stuff and kind of learned shot process and certain steps, like basically beginner stuff for archers and whatever. Started practicing some of that stuff and then got a little more into like the George Riles stuff and things like that, where it was a little bit more knowledge and stuff. And then just kind of went off that. But yeah, I haven't had any actual like coaching or anything. It was just what I could find on YouTube. I'd watch some videos and then I'd just go out and shoot and try stuff. Right. And some stuff worked great. Some stuff didn't work at all. Right. Like, and just found out kind of what worked for me. And then just you kind of figure out like you'll put your own spin on certain things, like what feels good for you. And I just kind of figured out, well, that makes me shoot worse. I'm going to do this. And then just shooting and shooting and shooting until you figure out what kind of works. Right. So
lots of shooting. We shoot pretty much all winter too, like 3D as much as we can as well.
really?
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We get bundled up. Anything like as long as it's We draw the line at
Yeah.
-10. -10 is too cold because the arrows don't come out of the target.
Yeah, we learned
No.
that the
Oh,
hard
that's
way.
true. Yeah.
Anything colder than -10, you got to have 2 guys pulling the arrow out at the same time. It's just not enjoyable. Your hands freeze off because, like,
Why is it?
I don't like to wear gloves
Well-
either, so it's freezing. But
What was that day last year? I think it was like -25. When poor little Oliver, we dragged it. We didn't look at the weather.
Yeah.
We left at like 6 in the morning, right? We
Yeah.
met up. We went
Yeah.
shooting, and he was like almost in tears. He's like, "Why are we doing this?"
like the day before it was like 3 degrees.
Yeah.
So like Evan and I were like, oh, the weather's beautiful. We're going tomorrow morning. We're going to shoot. Like, so, and then we just got up and went. And I got in the truck in the morning and I was like, oh my God, it was pretty cold. Like, hopefully it gets warmer. It didn't at all. And it was terrible. I think we shot 4 or 5 targets and we
Yeah.
both were like, this is too much.
Couldn't
Like,
get our arrows out.
no,
So we just
it
gave
was
up.
a nightmare. So, but we still like to get out as long as, yeah, I'd say -10's the cutoff.
Yeah.
If it's in the low, -1, 2, it's not too bad. 3, whatever, we'll go shoot. But it's nice to get out and shoot.
Right on. Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome, guys. Thanks. Thanks for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I'd like to check back with you guys next year.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
see where you guys are, and even maybe before the season, let's maybe we'll check back and we'll talk about because hoping the FDCC gets off again this year. I know I'm starting to talk to CJ about it, so he's talking to Josh and Gary, so we're hoping to get that running again. We just got a bit of a shout out from Archery Ontario, which is central director. She just sent out a message to us thanking us for doing it and that sort of thing. So we're putting Royal City on the map. And it's thanks to guys.
Absolutely.
It's thanks to you guys too, right? So
It's the best club out there.
That's awesome. You guys do a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, it's mostly Justin. I always tell people Justin's the heart of the club. So
Well, it's like,
yeah,
okay, but that's fine. But it's a team. It's a team, and it's
Yeah,
done
so-
for our members.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's who it's done for. It's done for the members.
We appreciate it so much. I've been a member of a couple other clubs and stuff too. And honestly, just the group you guys have there and just how friendly everyone is all the time. And we go out of their way to help you at all times. And just, it's just a different vibe compared to some other, places I've been at and stuff like that. And that's what, keeps me coming back. Like it actually feels like more like family, than more just when you're there and you get to see everybody, everybody's just so nice and would do anything for you. And it's a different atmosphere. It really is. So we love it there and we're going to continue to be members for forever. So keep it up, guys.
No, nice. That's nice.
That's
Very good.
awesome.
Yeah, well, we're always happy to have you guys. That's for sure. So that's yeah. I don't think I've ever shot with you yet, Johnny, but I have shot with Evan a few times. So
yeah,
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm hoping to get out more next year. So
Yeah, for sure.
I want to do some more work with the 3D team. I know Valerie is very excited to start next year again with the 3D team. She's trying to get people to come out to do paper, but it's not as successful as we hoped. But yeah, so if you guys do have a chance, you should come out and shoot a paper round.
Yeah, I'd be into that for sure.
Valley and I are also members of Archers of Caledon, so they have a lot of tournaments, and it's a decent, it's a good club. It's usually a good group. Like Josh and Daniela show up. They're always a lot of fun. So so I hope you guys come out, and thanks again, guys.
Yeah, no
really
problem.
appreciate it, and have yourselves a good night, and don't leave just yet.